Summer is pretty much officially over, which means we're heading into the fall season. So here are the movies that I'm most excited for in fall 2024. Hello everybody, my name is Jesse and welcome to my channel. The fall season looks like it's going to be stacked with all kinds of great, fantastic movies. So today I'm giving you my top 10 most anticipated movies of fall 2024. This is going to be covering September through December of this year. At number 10, I have Speak No Evil. This is a trailer that I've seen 1,000 times. I'm sure a lot of you have as well. It's a new horror thriller coming out in about a week, starring James McAvoy. And it's pretty much two families that are kind of on vacation at this sort of kind of desolate cabin sort of, and James McAvoy and his family are the friends to another family. And there's something not quite right with James McAvoy and his family, in particular his son. There's something more sinister going on at play. And I believe Michael Fassbender is the father of the other family. And so they're just trying to figure out what exactly is happening and trying to get out before it's too late. I really like James McAvoy in more creepy roles. I really enjoyed him in Split. So I'm really curious to see what this movie has to offer. At number 9, I have Nosferatu. This is one that I talked about earlier in my most anticipated movies for the rest of the year video. I think in April, I believe I did it. And I'm totally on board for this movie. It's directed by Robert Eggers. I've loved all of his films so far. It's got a fantastic cast, including Bill Skarsgård and Willem Dafoe. And it looks really creepy. Comes out on Christmas Day. And I think I'm just really excited to see what they're going to do with this new remake / retelling of this story. At number 8, I have Y2K. This is a new A24 movie coming out the first week of December, and it basically answers the question, what if the Y2K bug that everyone was freaked out about 20-something years ago was actually real? And when it follows a group of teenagers that are all having this New Year's Eve party, and when midnight strikes, the Y2K bug kind of comes to life and technology becomes their greatest enemy, starting to often kill each of them in very creative ways. I didn't live through this time period, obviously, but the trailer fully sold me. It looks like very entertaining, a lot of fun. I love A24 and I love horror, so I'm there. Number 7, I have Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, by the time this video is published, this movie will have already released, but I am excited for this movie nonetheless. I enjoyed the original movie, and this one looks like it's going to follow those exact same types of vibes. Tim Burton is back in the director's chair. Michael Keaton is returning as the titular character, and it just looks like it's going to have the same kind of gory, almost comedic practical effects with the Beetlejuice character. We got some great new faces in this one as well, including Willem Dafoe and Jenna Ortega, and it looks like it's just going to be the perfect movie to get in the October / Halloween mood. Number 6 is Saturday Night. We don't know a ton about this film. I didn't know much about it until recently, but it's basically almost a historical, not quite biopic, but it basically is following the events of the last 90 minutes up until the very first broadcast of the first Saturday Night Live show. I love Saturday Night Live. I love watching it. And I love historical movies like this, and it's got a fantastic cast. Also stars Willem Dafoe and J.K. Simmons, along with a bunch of others. So I'm really curious to check this one out. Number 5, I have Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim. I've never been a big anime fan, but I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. So that automatically sold me on this. The trailer looked awesome. The action looks sick. The voice casting looks like it's going to be great, and I just think this is going to be a really fun addition to the Lord of the Rings franchise, and so I'm just really excited to see what story they're going to tell with this. At number 4, I have Here. This is a movie that was not on my radar, close on my radar, until just early this week when I actually watched the trailer for the first time and read more about it. I think I had heard the name here and there. I think I saw when the trailer for this movie was published, but I had never checked it out until just now, and after seeing the trailer and after hearing more about it, I am very interested to check it out. It's basically the Forrest Gump trilogy of Robert Zemeckis, Tom Hanks, and Robin Wright are involved in this. And the main kind of selling point of this movie is the camera kind of stays in one place the entire time. They never move it, and it essentially follows the same exact place in like this one area from the point of the dinosaurs to present day of this house, this home that multiple generations have lived in. And so it's telling the story all from one specific spot on Earth. So I think that's very interesting. As someone that loves to play around with the cinematography in different angles in my films, I love the idea of something like this, but I am curious / slightly nervous to see if they are able to actually tell a compelling story that will tug at the heartstrings, rip our hearts into a million pieces, or if this movie is only interesting because of its gimmick, the uniqueness of it, the idea of its cinematography. Number 3 for me is We Live in Time, another A24 movie, this time starring Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. It's a romance movie, and it essentially follows their relationship from the beginning and going through several medical and health problems, I believe. And I'm not ashamed to say I'm a sucker for a great romance movie, and from what we've seen and what we've heard, it looks like it's probably going to require some tissues. Number 2, Joker Folie à Deux. This was one of my most anticipated movies of the entire year. I really enjoyed the first Joker. This was the highly anticipated sequel to that movie, and this looks like it's going to be just as crazy as that one, following kind of the same dark vibes. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with the apparent musical aspect of this film, how they're going to do that, and what it's going to turn out like. And that may be, I'm also curious to see how this movie does at the box office, because that may be a turnoff for a lot of viewers. This one may not make as much as the first one. I can't wait to see Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I think she's going to be great. And so I'm just super excited for this movie and can't wait to see how it turns out. But coming in number 1 for me, my most anticipated movie for fall 2024 for the rest of the year is Gladiator 2. Now, when we very first got the news that we were getting a Gladiator sequel, one thing went through my mind. Why? Is it really necessary? The first one was such a masterpiece, one of my favorite, probably my favorite Ridley Scott movie, damn near one of my favorite movies of all time, period. A fantastic score from Hans Zimmer, and this one doesn't have Russell Crowe or Joaquin Phoenix, the two big leads of the first one. But after seeing the cast and after finally getting the first trailer a couple months ago, I absolutely cannot wait for this movie. I am beyond excited. I'm curious to see how it'll match up against that first one. Ridley Scott is back in the director's chair, a stacked cast: Denzel Washington, Joseph Quinn, Pedro Pascal, much more. And on an action level, the trailers look like this movie could compete with the first one on that level. So I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with these, what these actors are going to be able to bring to this movie, and what story they're going to tell. I need it now. I would go see it today if I could. I can't wait. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 most anticipated movies for fall 2024. What are your most anticipated movies for this year? Let me know down in the comments below. And until my next video, like this one, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching movies. Goodbye.